Hey guys, this is Justa guy here. Trying something a little different. Wanted to show you guys sort of my world here. I made in Minecraft. This is a game I'd been playing for a while, but I had to stop because my computer sucked and it couldn't even run this world. It got too laggy. And I just like messing with redstone and machines and stuff way too much to build a world that didn't lag. So I kind of stopped for a while, and I just thought that one of the things I'd show off about my new computer is the fact it can actually run this at a pretty steady 60. I actually have the settings set to 120 or so, but it never goes up that high. I don't know why. It has a dual 1070, so I thought it would go higher, but I don't know if it's limited by something else that I just didn't mess with. The only time I've really seen it drop below 60 is when I went to the Nether and I have a machine that pumps out stuff from the Nether portal into this world to transport items, and that and all the Nether loading for the first time really lagged me down. But other than that, it seems to be pretty good. And I got a little cool skin I just found. It's a dwarf skin. I've always liked dwarves, as you can see by my house. I am literally just a hole in the ground. Tends to be a tactic I always use. This is like the second world I've ever played in. I stuck with them for a long time. My first one, I moved into a hill, hollowed it out, and built like my base inside the hill, and then like a greenhouse with tree farm and stuff on the top. This one I did the opposite. I started with like a little pond in the middle and built a farm. It's currently all pumpkins because one of the last things I was doing was building a slime farm that needed 1 million pumpkins for lighting. This is my little tree farm. It's kind of awesome because it doesn't really use any redstone. I mean, it has redstone, but it doesn't need it. It's just little islands of dirt over water fountain or water streams that do lead to hoppers, but you don't necessarily need it. And I have it set it up in such a way that pretty much all the water streams go to this middle here, so you could get by with just like 1 or 2 hoppers if you really wanted to. I also originally had it sort of streaming over to this corner where the ladder is, and that way I could only use like one thing. It gets most of the leaves. You lose some that land on the dirt, but you don't need any mine carts or anything to do it. And since it starts at the top, it's really easy just to mine down. As you see, they grow up and really close together. And I actually eventually wired this all up so that all this drops fall into here and go up like a little dropper chain. But yeah, and here's just a little fish farm. I mostly did it just so when I AFK for other reasons that I'd be getting food, and that's pretty much all my food. Just a little mushroom farm down there for no reason really. Pretty low tech, just some, you know, books and enchanting. But here's my little mine shaft. Standard little water drop. And just some branch mines that have branch mines off the branch mines. I did the trick of always having the lights on the left side for the most part. I can actually find my way back. But it's for the most part, it goes down more in branches. But the cool thing is a little boat elevator. You know, I always like these. Early game way to get up and down really fast. Just can hold down or click a bunch of times. Cactus farm for when I was building a slime farm. I need cactus. But since then, I don't really need it, but it's still there. This is my little nether portal security system and stuff. Never really did too much in the nether. I was working on a wither farm. That's why I have next to nothing. When it was lagging really bad before I quit playing, I died a bunch of times because I could barely move. And I forgot I hit a pigment, and I guess it doesn't go away, no matter how long you wait. I could get in there if I really wanted to, but the only thing in there is a half-finished wither farm. I basically slabbed everything. I put some of the base thing down, but the wither farm probably doesn't even work anymore, really. That's one of the other reasons why I stopped playing is this. I started playing Minecraft, and I'd like to say 1.2 or so. I eventually started this world, and I'd like to say about 1.5 or 1.6. And so many things have changed that made this obsolete. Things like my little storage system I was working on here got screwed over so many times for things like all the hoppers being emptied in the patch updates and stuff. I eventually just took all the redstone out. It's just a standard little hopper. I think Etho's the one that's accredited doing it first. But you know, the comparators and stuff. And it was just something I was doing, but it got messed up so many times. Sometimes it was my fault, sometimes it was exploding creepers, sometimes it was water. But, you know, I was working on sorting absolutely everything from my mob farm, my iron farm, everything. Every single item had at least one row of this, which is like several double chests. And it went down. This was where I was going to have lava. I was trying to get used. Well, I think I started this in about 1.9, this project. And I was trying to find a use for bone blocks, and I thought they looked kind of nice upwards like this, and I was going to have a lava thing in the middle. But I only got one side sort of halfway done before I ran out of stuff. This was just my little auto dispenser thing I used to make bone blocks from bone meal really quickly. But yeah, it was going to go all the way down here. I counted it at some point for every item in the game at the time, and this is how many I needed. Both sides, mind you, originally. And it went all the way out here. Sorry, I'm coughing a little bit. And then it has an overflow system that just leads into a lava pit. But yeah, it was all these chests. All these hoppers. As you can imagine, I was running this off like a laptop at the time. The lag got so bad that I couldn't do it. But yeah, I was a bit ambitious, but that's what I always like to do. Build crazy big. I'm not particularly the prettiest builder, and I'm not necessarily the smartest of redstoner, but I like to mess around with things. You know, get inspiration from other people's works and then change it as fits either my needs or my desires. And I got stuck in my house here. As you can see though, my house just sort of started underground and expanded. My goal was to have that little valley that I covered over be my base. And then I had the nether portal over here for a specific reason. I can't remember why. And I decided to expand my base over there. Same with this. This little water thing here is actually here for a purpose. I built a mob farm as pretty much one of the first things I focused on. You know, the standard in the sky mob farm. And I fell a lot. And I died a lot. So I started putting water down. Stopped myself from dying. As you can see, most of this area here has got water all over the place. And it's actually the easiest way for me to get up here now, but yeah, I was just there because it kept dying. I take a lot of risk. I never really worry too much about super cool gear. I just die. And this was all built before Elytra, so yeah, falling was a big thing. And getting up here, I just did the boat trick again. I mean, you can use mine carts, but when I first started this, I didn't have an iron farm to work on. And here's my little place in the sky. Do not believe how many times I died here. Just standard little mob farm here. It started off... Things falling down. It started off as the standard little walk-off of platform mob farm. I eventually actually opened it up and converted it to a water farm, you know, water flushing farm. As you can see around the, well, I think it was 1.9 out of the max blocks. I had them. They're actually pretty awesome and they look cool. This is a fall enough to kill just about everything, even witches. But once in a while, skeletons and stuff with armor will survive, and the mag will actually just finish off and kill them, so that's cool. And all this chain goes down to where that storage thing is. It doesn't currently actually work because I got a bunch of the hoppers because it got all messed up, the filtering system, so it doesn't really lead anywhere now. There's a fish farm back here from when it was a normal mob farm. And here's some villagers because I was transferring them from my iron farm in the sky there to the iron farm that's... Ooh, I almost fell again. You can see I'm not particularly safe. Gift is your friend. But yeah, there's a mob farm there, or iron farm there, an iron farm above it. And I was actually, you can sort of see it from here, but I'll go down later. A hole in the ground. I was gonna have 3 vertical mob farms. I was digging down into the bedrock. which was a pretty big project actually. One of the biggest ones, tedious wise, because I don't have a beacon, because the whole point was to get a wither farm, but then I needed more and more iron to make the wither farm, so I made more mob farms. The beacon, or iron farm, yeah. This is the top, just a little standard clock and some water. It still works, I guess. I was surprised. I would have thought something would break after all these updates, patches. I half slabbed everything, so you know, to prevent spawning. There we go. I gotta get stuck up here. But yeah, I've died up here a lot. And yeah, just imagine all this before Elytra, before flying. Hovering off the side to these little redstone ladders. The water on each level. I'd like to show you the inside, but I played this on normal without cheats. And you can't enable cheats, so I can't do spectator mode or god mode or anything to show you the inside of this easily. So, but yeah, it's just a really simple thing, and I might die, but I'm aiming for the water. Ooh, I missed. But yeah, I tried to hit for the water, but I was already dead. There's nothing on me. But one of the things I did want to show you guys, since I can't actually get into my nether without dying a bunch of times. Actually, I'll try to make a run for it later, but I want to show you my hole. This was all glass at one point, but I kept getting destroyed, so I stopped making glass. I hope I don't die. I have nothing on me. But I just wanted to show you guys this. Wanted to make sure, show you guys that it works even with all this hoppers and redstone and everything that's going in the options. Right. I haven't had it set to the maximum at one point. It's at 12 now, but even at 32 chunks, the game still runs fine. No frame rate drops. Well, I could barely walk before. Okay, I just had a frame rate drop there now that I mentioned it. That was right after I changed it and moved. So. But yeah, this was my hole. As you can see, this is the spawn chunk, the old mechanic of having to have a spawn chunk to make sure things run. There's some mobs over there. But yeah, I dug this all straight down by hand. Actually saved the cobblestone and another little thing. Still here. But yeah, I was digging all the way down here. I tried TNT and stuff for fun once in a while, but efficiency wise, it's just easier to dig. But yeah, I mean, I was just digging it down to go far enough to be a different village so I could have another farm. This was the old school way of doing hard farms. It's one of those is probably more than enough for a one-player world mostly. 2 of them is definitely enough. 3 would have been overkill, but I was just building for overkill's sake, really. You know, just a project, just something to do. Just to see if I could, see how cool it would be. Which, you know, is what Minecraft is about. You know, I just wanted to show you guys, 1, to make sure, you know, everything worked. But 2, just to, you know, revisit this world and share it, because I never had the internet to really play multiplayer Minecraft. And I didn't have a computer that could run Minecraft at all, really, let alone render a video while recording it or anything. So I decided it'd be really nice to share this with the world, because I spent quite a bit of time here. And I just wanted to sort of revisit this place. And I'm going to steal some food from my automatic furnaces. It's not a super big furnace system, but it gets the job done. And I like to get the food out manually just so I can get a little bit XP if I need it for something. And there's always a steady thing. Now I'm going to try to run the gauntlet of the zombie pigmen to show you what I was doing in here. Oh crap, it's... Yeah, 32 chunks on the nether. I don't know if it's all the lava and stuff, but it actually does lag, and Yeah, I used to try to play this on my laptop on like 6 chunks, and the minimum's 4 chunks or whatever, and it would still be, I couldn't move. It would say 10 to 20 FPS, but I actually couldn't move without it being like staggered. So here's where my mic is. No funny stuff. But yeah, here's my slabbed over fortress in process of being wither farm. I was working on the iron grates on the outside and all these other things. I can't remember why I was doing it. It was some wither farm at the time. But yeah, here's, you know, the couple layers. Stuff like that. Everything slabbed over. You cannot believe, people who have never done this, how much effort it takes to slab over a crazy amount of place. I think it's 140, 120 blocks in all directions. I can't remember what it is, depending on what your render distance is set to. But I got a pretty lucky little one here that most of this was lava, but I still did spend a lot of time. And it's all for not much. Each and every little one of these things was done. This look cool this way though. I gotta give it that. But yeah, I was, you know, working on my little wither farm for reasons. But yeah, I got my little lettuce thing here. It's not the fastest Minecraft thing. Yeah, I upgrade my mob farm. I mean, kill which is faster anyways. Oh, and here's one of the things I was talking about getting lag really bad before. I got a couple droppers back there that feed into that thing so that I can dump large amounts of items that I might be getting here, like netherrack or soul sand or quartz, and it'll go into my world without me having to take it over. You know, obviously if I'm standing here while it's going. But most of them do go into these. Sometimes they get stuck, I wouldn't really valuable, but they'll go in here and it leads over here. I eventually had a plan of putting everything in the main thing, but you know. But yeah, guys, this was my little world, my little hole in the ground. I hope to get a gaming channel going eventually, just because I like to play. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be a major streamer, reviewer, or anything, but you know, I like to share, I like to record. On this channel, just be some more random items. I kind of wanted to get into fanfiction, like critiques or reviews or whatever, that I just really love to read, and I'd like to possibly put up little recommendations or reviews of books or fanfictions on this channel. And then I'll probably leave games mostly to my other channel once I get it together. But for now, I'll put it here, and maybe on the gaming channel eventually also. And, you know, just try to keep things to get going. But thanks for your time, guys, and please like and subscribe.